Hello everyone, welcome back to Blueprints. It's day 44, and today is the day. I'm calling it right now. Utility box puzzle is being solved. We have all the information we need finally after last run, I believe, was the run where we went to the office and we figured out the information. So, I think it's all set up. All we need to do is capitalize and get a little bit lucky. It's basically the best combination you can have right here, opening and move. In my opinion. Maybe some people like to save the den for later. I could see that, but I like getting gems early. The statements on this box are either both true or both false. This box is empty. Well, this could be false, and this could be true, technically. Either way, okay. All statements on the blue box are true. The box with no false statements has the gems. Okay, one thing I want to clarify. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. So, if this is true, we can just discount this box entirely. If this is false, okay, well, first things we know, either one of these is all true, one of these is all false, or one of these is split. So let's say this is false and this is true. Let's go through all the options. False, true. This box is empty. That means this has to either be all true. Okay, so this would be false, which means the box with no false statements has the gems is also false in that situation. So the box with no false statements is none of the gems. Wait, so what was the assumption we're doing? That this is false and this is true, which means that this is both false, which means this is true. Oh, wait, we know this is true. And, okay. All statements on the blue box are true. So one of these is completely false. But this one can't be completely false because that would make this true. So this one has to be completely false. So all statements on the blue box are true. All statements on the blue box are not true, is what that means. And the box with no false statements has the gems. The box with no false statements does not have the gems. Which means that this does not have the gems. We know white does not have the gems. We also know that one of these is true and one of these is a lie. Which means that the top one has to be a truth and this one has to be a lie. Which means that that's empty, that's empty. Or sorry, the top one has to be false, the bottom one has to be true. Which means that's empty, this is full. The gems are in here. Cool. We're definitely getting harder. Nook. Yeah, Nook. Chapel. We'll hold off on it though. It's rare for me to draft chapel in that spot. Okay, let's go this way next. We'll do pantry. Then we'll go this way. And we'll draft guest bedroom. We'll go in now. Okay. We'll do hallway. Even though I didn't really want to. If I'm being honest. Then courtyard. Okay, we got a shovel. That's nice. I always get the shovel on the rounds wherever I don't need the shovel. I've learned. Coat check. Yes, let's do it. Let's just have it. You know, in case we need that broken lever. Then we do a bedroom here. I don't think I ever drafted enough bedrooms in the last one to get any letters delivered, which kind of pisses me off a little bit. We'll do a, I guess storeroom makes the most sense here. We're going to have to backtrack to the chapel no matter what. It's nice that they restock those every day for me. Okay, here is my thought. We should go to the outer house. And one thing I'm curious about, I kind of want to draft the hovel, because I got a little bit of a clue that Hartley, the person who was mentioned in the memo that we saw a picture of, for a reminder, whenever we turn on the lights in the dark room, there was a picture, and it was a person holding a memo, and you could only look at it with a magnifying glass. And we looked at it with the magnifying glass, and it said, "Green memos in Hartley's room are always false." That memo might have been red, which means that they might be always true. And then Hartley is the valet. The valet was getting in trouble or not doing his job, just like the person in the hovel was. I don't have the option to go in there today, but in the future I will go in there and figure that out. Let's do root cellar. We have the shovel today. And let's do some digging. Turnip, nice. Okay, pebbles, yeah. Okay, a few old coins, sure. Nothing. Pebbles. Can we get something here? Key. Oh, we never looked at this. Search continues. Author and illustrator whose fanciful story is named Marion Marigold, and he was last seen by something Friday, getting into a carriage after a late. No sign has been found. Underlined in blue. Yet. Weird. Oh my god, I just realized something. Okay, lore drop. So you know the whole Red Prince thing, where it's like, he really likes the color red, and then we went in that classroom and all the kids were saying their favorite color was red. Every single one of them. The realization dawned on me that the reason they're all saying their favorite color is red is because they live in a police state that's forcing them to say that. And maybe I'm the Blue Prince because I'm the person who's inheriting the legacy of pushing back against the oppressive government. I don't really like red. Okay, we don't have to worry about gymnasium. Oh no, I didn't get shelter. We do have to worry about gymnasium, dumbass. Okay, utility closet. I will end my entire run if we get a utility closet here. I will do it. We did not. Okay, we'll do dark room. Okay, we can't go there anyway. Let's go back south. Okay, no, let's not go back south. Do some digging. Okay, we got the turnip was helpful. I'll give it that. A torn and discarded scrap of paper. Lucky rabbit's foot and coin purse. Interesting. Okay, here is the reason that's interesting. The lucky rabbit's foot was not mentioned previously as one of the things that can be used in the workshop. There is one mysterious item that was not actually mentioned. And I think that might be the rabbit's foot. So we're going to write that down. Or maybe because it's a novel idea, it just didn't appear in the book. That's another option. We'll do this way. At least this will be unlocked. Security, sure. Let's do it. Okay, good for now. Oh, there's one door right there. We'll use a key. Garage. I'm doing it. It's a ballsy move, I understand that. I could lock myself in a corner. I very well could. It would be my fault this time, I'll fully admit it right now. It wouldn't be RNG. But keys have been the bane of my runs many, many times. Many more times than running into a corner. Besides, I want to find a Great Hall. 4 items. Okay, really, there's... Dining room does not really get us any extra tiles anyway. Let's just do walk-in closet, spend gem. We'll probably even get one back, yeah. There's the coin purse. If we got a rabbit foot, we could do a thing. Security deposit box key? Safe deposit box key. Okay. Let's see if we can get to the vault today. Oh, wait. Oh, I might be screwed. Is this... Okay, let's dig this up first. Maybe get a key card here. Nope. Yeah, it's a key card door. Oh, shit. I wasn't thinking about that. All the doors are key card doors for some reason. All 3 of them. Well, I guess it's my fault. I said it would be my fault. Do we have anything that's worth holding on to? I mean, there's no way we could anyway. I mean, I wouldn't want to get rid of the broken lever for any of them either. I'll find a vault key again eventually. Let's call it a day. So I lied. Today was not the day of the utility box. If I see a utility box, though, I am taking it no matter where it is, no matter how it ruins my run, because that is the entire purpose of my run. Okay, I also want to do a classroom run. So we're going to actually start this next one by going straight to the outside, and we're going to try to grab a schoolhouse. Maybe it won't happen, but either way, we'll get something that'll be helpful for us, I have a feeling. There's not really a reason to wait on going out here. Unless, like, you know, you want to get the shelter, but you don't really care about, like, dealing with the effects of the chapel or whatever the first one is you draft. Okay, this is where I wanted to go in and check. Let's see what this says. Okay, no, it says Mr. Ravane. And he's a ground maintenance person. Okay. We did turn that on, I remember. Okay. I have a theory that the last gas line down there is actually in the furnace room after getting boiler power to it. So that's another thing I want to do. Easier said than done, though. Let's start off with the pantry. Then we will do a chapel and ignore it. We'll grab a den. No, we'll grab a parlor. Which we will do right now and not take 20 minutes on. The box with the most words does not have gems. Okay, so the box with the most words does have gems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it has to be in here because how else could you narrow it down? Metagaming. Okay, den. Do it. Actually, this is kind of a bad place for a den. I should have held off on that. Oh well. We'll do storeroom here. Okay, we're loading up on gems, which is good. We could do wine cellar and load up even more. Let's do it. Or no, let's not do it. Let's be smart. It's not smart to put that there. And I know it, you know it. Everyone knows it. Maybe it would have been smart to put that there. No, we can do observatory. Let's see what the star patterns are today. We have a... Okay, let's look at the book here. I think we have a Diamondus Major. No, we have the sail. Is that right? Huh, that doesn't look like the sail. But hey, who am I to argue with it? I think we do have the sail. I'm not going to activate it yet. Because I might want to save that one. It's a good spot for a hallway. Let's do Rumpus Room. It's been a long time since I talked to my buddy Alizar. Last time he was telling me about a person stalking me. Which is very informative, and I appreciate him for having my back. Alizar! What is up with you today, good sir? Will you have anything more to say as it has been the dawn of the next day?
And as it was foretold, I am
Weakened at the sound of a dropping coin.
You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara.
Alizar.
And I suspect you wish me to look into your future.
That's kind of your whole job.
The image is becoming clear.
Okay.
I hear the pattering steps of children
The forest.
in the forest. The joyful echoes of laughter in the courtyard.
Okay, the courtyard.
I see an old man sitting in an even older,
Is that me?
a seed that has served many generations, each with their own stories, each with their own secrets, each with their own endings, but all in the same chair. What you have heard here has been foreseen.
Okay, I'm not sure what that really told me.
Great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
I'm not sure what that really told me. Children running in the forest and the courtyard. Okay. And then I think it was me as an old man. Well, at least I know I succeed. Library. We are doing the bookstore strat. Oh, we got treasure map again. Ooh, it's close. It's close. Let's do it. We don't have shovel today. Let's do Drafting Strategy Volume 5 too. Nice one to check out. Okay, can we draft a bookshop? We could. And it actually wouldn't be a dumb idea. This does not matter. Because, like, what am I doing with gems? Honestly, this is the best choice anyway, I think. You make an argument for mailroom, I guess, if you don't spend steps, but... Yeah, 40 coins. I wish I drafted this on the previous round. Let's draft Great Hall. It doesn't cost anything, and we can see if this is consistent here. It is, it seems. Okay, one of the doors is open to the antechamber. That is step 1. Step 1's been accomplished. Now it's time to realize that I have trapped myself, which I did not realize until just now. Fuck. Okay, next day. Utility closet still has not shown his face, which is absolutely unbelievable to me. Like, I'm getting that thing every single round until I need to get it, and then I'm getting it never. I think the game does this just to fuck with you on purpose. Maybe I should just reset the first room until I get it. I did 46. In the Mount Holly estate, straight up jorking it on day 46. I always like Den here. It's a good place. It's a good layout here. It gives me a gem early. Then we can do parlor here or a storeroom. Storeroom also works in a corner because, you know, who really cares about the corner? Battery pack too. Okay. Maybe we can make some use of that later. Who knows? Let's do a wine cellar. Okay, remember this. 12, 13. That's going to be important. Is there a safe down here, actually? This would be a prime place for a safe. Maybe I should, like, see if there's anything I can touch. Yeah, you literally have the date right here. So, you should remember that. Maybe this is going to come up again later and there won't be the date on it. Or, like, part of the numbers will be gone. I'll have to use that information. Yeah, let's save the key. Let's draft these first and then we'll go outside. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. And we'll go outside so we don't waste steps. Okay, we've learned the hovel is not the spot with the memo. We've reconfirmed that. I think there's some bedrooms we still haven't discovered yet, and I'm not sure where they are. I'm sure there's only certain places only they can only be made. Maybe we'll learn from the new drafting book. I don't have anything I really want to trade, so let's do shelter. Why am I going down? I guess just to check if there's items here. Oh yeah, because we can get the ruby every time if we come down here. I've been forgetting about that when I go through the one bedroom. And then now the office too. That's unfortunate. I've been missing out on gems. That probably has lost me multiple rounds where I could have actually won. Or not won, but kept going, you know? Okay, we're gonna be up to 9 gems with this. That might be, like, That's like money laundering territory. You know what I mean? Laundry room territory. The blue box has exactly one true statement. The gems are in the blue box. The white box has exactly one true statement. The black box has no true statements. Gems are not in the black box. The above statement is true. So this is either both true or both false, right? So let's go under the assumption that these are both true. The gems are not in the black box. The above statement is true. Okay, so we know that this top one is false here. This top one logically has to be false, which means this bottom one could either be false or it could be true. Let's assume that it is false. Okay. Wait, no, it can't be false because this is false. And there'd have to be two falses here, which I guess is fine if there's two trues here. But let's go under that assumption. Okay, false, false. False, false, true, true. So the gems are not in the black box. The above statement is true. Okay, so we know the gems aren't there. We know that the black box has... Wait, we're going to the assumption this is false, true. Yeah, we're going to the assumption this is false, true. True, true. Which means the black box is false, false, which means the gems are not in the blue box. The blue box does not have exactly one true statement. But that contradicts itself. Oh, wait, no. If this is true, the black box has no true statements. The blue box does not have exactly one true statement. But it does. In that case. So that cannot be the case. This black box has no true statements. Has to be false. Which means this is false, false. This could still either be false, false, or true, true. Let's assume that we know that this is false, false. We'll say the black box has no true statements. If the black box has true statements, that means that this has to be true, true. Gems are not in the black box. Yes, okay. So say the gems are not in the black box. Wait, why does that mean that? Oh, because this is already false, false. And so if this is false, false, and this is true, I suppose this could be false, false, and that could be true, true. Oh god, my brain is breaking. Okay. Okay, this is false, false. We know that 100%, I'm pretty sure. The black box has true statements, is what that means. 100%. Which means that this is either true, true, or it's a mix. And that could be anything. Or it could be either false, false, or true, true. So let's assume that there's a truth here. This is a lie, because we know it's false, false. So it's false, true. The gems are in the blue box. So we know the gems are in the blue box, I'm pretty sure. That was a very roundabout way of answering that. And then this is true, true. The gems aren't in the black box. The above statement is true. I'm pretty sure. If they're not in here, they'd be in the white one, and I messed something up, but I'm pretty sure they're in here. Okay. That kind of broke my brain a little bit, I'm going to be honest. Okay, let's do some more dartboard action. Get ourselves some keys. 16. 1. We'll do -5 times 2. So -10 plus 14 is 4. Okay, -4 minus 6 is -10. Plus 13 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6 minus 4 is 2. Oh, that's huge. You'd love to see it. And we got exactly what we needed, exactly where we needed. Okay. Let's ramp that security up, baby. If I have a key card, I could go up the foundation from the tomb. Why do we always say tomb? Who knows? Music room gives me 2 keys. 1 major, 1 minor. So 1 special key. We could just do closet. This also comes with a gem now because I have the safe open, remember? Ah. I think this is going to be better than the closet. 'Cause the closet's usually just like a gem and a key, or a dice and a key, or a dice and a gem. And this is going to be 2 dice and a gem. Let's just take this. I do like using the dead end there, but like, come on. Let's do this. Okay, we will do a pantry or a courtyard here. We have plenty of gems. Let's do a courtyard. We'll get more options for ourselves that way. Nothing in here this time. Unfortunate. We will do a garage so we can get more keys. Yes. There's no item over here for us to pick up. Okay, I'm gonna do dining room to keep our options open. Chamber of Mirrors. Oh, utility closet, utility closet, utility closet. Yep, no reason not to choose that in this situation. Okay, let's do it. What was the code again? We needed to do... Excuse me, I'm just looking for it. We do off blue, green, white, red, purple. So we first have to do purples. Let's do this. Yeah, like this. Then we do that. Then like this. Now that they're all purple, we turn the one that we want to white, which is going to be this one. Then, oh shit. Okay, that goes purple. Oh, why does that turn purple there? I don't want that one to turn purple. Is there a way to turn the other one purple? Yes, there we go. And then we get this to red. Then we go blue, green, off. Okay, what have we unlocked here? Oh, what does this do? Does this turn off all the power? Oh! That door! It's unlocked! Oh, where does it go, though? Let me check my underground map. I think it goes somewhere new. Oh, the gemstone cavern has been permanently unlocked. Starting tomorrow, you start each new day with 2 gemstones. I was staring down at my notebook and not at the actual thing that was happening on screen. Okay, yes, let us go to the gemstone cavern. That is actually really big for us. That will make our lives a lot easier. I haven't gone outside yet anyway, so this is a perfect opportunity to do that. Oh, wrong way. Wasted 2 steps there, that's fine. Didn't need those anyway. Alright, let's start by going this way. We've wasted a lot of steps already today. Somehow. I'm not sure how. We already did this. Fuck. That's how we wasted steps today. And now we wasted even... I thought I looked at that and it said no room. I don't know why I thought that. Oh well. We haven't even used the shelter. Oh, you know what would be really great is if we go in this gemstone cavern and there is a gas line. That would actually be fantastic, I must say. Okay, there's definitely stuff going on. Yep, gas line. Okay, that's it. We can turn on the fourth one now from the orchard, and we'll see what happens when we do that. My greatest hope is that by doing it, by turning it on, we will have a way to access fire that we can light candles with. Here is the last of the equipment for the new mine. I don't think we're going to need more than this, especially if we're going to limit excavation to 2 stones per day. I was told by the engineer that getting greedier than that might risk the structural integrity of the cave wall, so I suppose we'll have to adhere to his expert opinion, at least for now. We managed to remove all but 1 minecart from the old tunnels, 2 of which were too rusted and worn down to be of any use to us here, so Dave went ahead and made the call to scrap them. I'm not sure that foreman is going to be too happy about that, but hopefully you can smooth it over. Now there's still one more cart down there, but it's locked on a short track and it's way too difficult to move from the reservoir side. It's a little bit awkward because it's blocking the passage, so I just suggest someone move from the other side if they can get over there. The boss informed me that there are 2 other ways into the site from that side, but I think we're going to leave that for someone else to finish up if the old man really wants it done. Okay. Wow. Can we grab these? I should screw the structural integrity. I want them now. Also, my frames are dropping like crazy all of a sudden. Gemstone Cave just has that effect on the computer, I guess. Okay, orchard. Let's do it. This is the moment. What's gonna happen? Ooh, something's happening. I can tell you that. Ho 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 ho. What did I tell you? Elevator. Although I also did say it'd be a little hard to put an elevator there because of how it's in the cliffside. But you know what? This house has done other things that defy logic, so I can suspend a little disbelief on this one. Let's see where this goes. Okay, before we take this, let me see if I can use the map to figure out where we'll end up. Okay, the cliffside exit is there. This is going to go somewhere that's not in the underground that connects to anywhere else in the underground, at least according to the map. And this is the symbol of Orinda Ares. I'm pretty sure. Can I choose different levels to go to? No, I don't think I can. I think it's just up and down. Oh, is that how we get to that bunker thing over there? Maybe. Yeah, now we're magically like all the way over there somehow. Okay, let's read this. Foreman's log number 3, date 7/2/1915. Okay, I'm going to write this down again. Kind of next to where I wrote down the other thing, the underground thing. What is this called? The Precipice. As our client Thomas Sinclair suspected, the arches that were visible from the south cliff were part of a much longer arcade carved into the rock face. Last week, when our crew first arrived, only 2 supporting pillars were visible, but after only a few days of clearing vines, moss, and dirt, we've uncovered a dozen more. Our exploration so far has been limited and entirely superficial, as every shaft we have surveyed has ended abruptly, and every promising path leading deeper into the mountain has been blocked by tunnels packed tight with soil, rock, and debris. This site is much older than we had first assumed, or someone deliberately had these chambers buried. Interesting, so this predates them being here? It's fascinating. Okay, there's a door. Foreman's copy. Do not remove from site. Realm and... Okay, this is what we have. We've read this. Banners, martial, fog. Okay, so I'm guessing this is a clue to figuring it out if you only had this book, right? But I've purchased the book, so I don't need to worry about that, I don't think. Also, yeah, I don't think there's anything else in here. Is this the end? Is it? Come on now. There's more down there. Oh, man. There's also this door here. This leads somewhere, I just know it. Where are we now? We're definitely near the underground. This could connect to the torch chamber. Potentially. Oh. How did I miss that? Oh. Remember when I wrote down we were in the study? And there's a black queen on D8. I wrote it down because it seemed so oddly specific. D8. Oh, no, this is not the right board. Okay. We can put it where it would be. A, B, C, D, maybe? Or is it like that? Interesting. Okay. Are we supposed to slot things based off of other information? I've seen chess pieces around, but I don't know how we're supposed to put them on this board here. Because each time I see a chess piece, it's in a newly generated room. There's only 3 rooms we have that don't regenerate. One of them is the antechamber, one of them is the foundation, and one of them is the entry hall. So let's put this there, I suppose. Let's put the queen here, because there's a queen of diamonds or whatever in the entry hall, and let's put the king on this side, because I'll become the king when I go there. I don't know. Where could these go? Maybe we just set it up like we're playing a game, but the dimensions are not right. This is a new game of chess I've invented here. Alright, we're going to start with O. Interesting. I was just fucking around. Let's see. I don't like brute forcing things, but I am curious if I can distinguish some sort of pattern by placing these around. That's got to be some kind of crazy coincidence that I just did. Okay, I'm going to put this on 8, and I'm going to move it around in row 8. Okay, it's not on row 8. It also could be on row 2, because it was on this side of the board from player. Okay, let's move this around. Let's see. Let's pull back real quick. Do we have the dining room there? Is there like a pawn in the dining room is my question. I don't think so. The storeroom has a giant chess piece in it of a bishop, I think. Maybe I'm completely wrong on that, but I feel like I remember this. Or am I thinking of the den? I'm trying to look at these little images they have here. One of these rooms has a giant chess piece in it. I see it very commonly. So we're going to try putting the bishop in the bottom right. Okay, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to solve this puzzle yet. But I'm going to try to brute force one more of them to see if that elucidates some kind of pattern. And if I can't figure it out, then I'll come back later. Maybe we have to do it in ascending power. Okay, are there other squares which light this up? No, it doesn't seem. Bishop is considered less powerful than a rook, right? Maybe I should be doing the rook one. I know I said I wasn't going to brute force this, but I'm not sure. I'm very curious about this. I am kind of brute forcing a little bit. Okay, let's think about this again. The knight is in the security. What's security right now? The pawn is in the dining room. Okay. Okay, this kind of makes sense. A little bit. Think about it like this. Okay, think about it like this. I think what happens is every day this will reset, and you can place things on their corresponding slots. And certain pieces can only go in certain slots. For instance, the knight goes in security because security is like literally what a knight's job is. And a pawn goes in the dining room because a pawn's job is to serve food to their superiors. I think if we were to get her ladyship's chamber, we could put the queen on there, for instance. And I think if we were to get the office, maybe we could put the king on there. I think if we were to get the chapel, we could put the bishop on there. And the rook is an interesting one. What would the rook be? Huh. I'm not sure about rook. What I can tell you is that that is my theory. So let us go back and let us try to draft some of those rooms and then come back. In particular, the chapel. I think if we can draft the chapel and my idea holds, I think that bodes well for the idea as a whole. And I think I will consider myself correct. And then I just have to get the right rooms. Her ladyship's chamber is not going to be drafted today. It's just not happening, pragmatically. I mean, there's a chance, right? If I were to go up through the foundation this way, this way, this way, this way, back down 2 rooms or something like that. I feel like I can solve this puzzle. Maybe not today, but I can. Let's go through the door. Dark room, pantry, the commissary. As we get options, let's think about what rooks would do. Sledgehammer for 8 coins could get us into the trunk. Let's remember that. Nook for the rook? Question mark? I don't know. Let's think about it. This is what we wanted anyway. This option. Let's do a corridor. We're not blocking anything off this way. We need a left-facing one. Passageway. Let's just do passageway. We don't do it very often. +2 keys. Yeah, let's do it. We have plenty of gems right now. I've never actually been in here, I don't think. Is this Hartley's? This could be Hartley's room. Master bedroom. Her ladyship's chamber. Guest bedroom. Nursery. Bunk room. I like how every time I get to there, I just don't even say it for fear of butchering the pronunciation. Okay, yeah, there's letter in the garbage. Let's read that in a second. This is the green memo. Okay. Let's first look back at the drafting rules to see if we can remember where the master bedroom can be drafted. Only on the east wing. Okay, we've never drafted the master bedroom. Today could be the day, though. We could go to the passageway and start going down, going up. Maybe we get it. Extremely rare, I feel. Maybe that's the king, where the king goes. This is a candle, which is a very interesting candle. Okay, let's read stuff. Hartley. Yep, this is Hartley's room. I know we spoke often of this day, and I don't think there's anything I can say of the past 40 years that I haven't already attempted to tell you, and numerous times in the past. Half-stated gratitude are always interrupted with tactful and polite repudiations from you. I'd always known this final letter could give me the perfect opportunity to finally express myself uninterrupted by you and unfettered by social graces, but I don't feel the inclination to say aloud what has been unsaid between us. With my passing, I release you from your post in service to the Sinclair family and implore you to live the remainder of your years on your own terms, as scary and unfamiliar of a concept as that may be to you. Besides, I think a more junior valet would be better suited to meet the needs of young Master Simon. To that end, if you wish, you may stay on long enough to oversee the training and establishment of your successor in their post, but as soon as he or she has the lay of the land, my instructions for you to quit must be satisfied. Ignoring what I imagine your objections might be after reading this, I have decided to leave the lake house in Trinsdale to you and your family. My lawyers have all the details of the gift and will be contacting you shortly about the particulars. For the past 4 decades, you have served willingly as the subject and victim to my many whims, games, and riddles, and so rest assured, unlike my nephew, you will not be put to yet another challenge to prove yourself worthy in this matter. This house is yours without strings or stipulations. I had for a time gleefully entertained the notion of employing Anne as the house manager of your new residence, but I knew the humor of such a prank would be entirely lost on you, to say nothing of her. Until we meet again. Yeah, I think I would pass on that option too. Okay, let's read this before we read the green one. Mr. Ruota, Mrs. Babbage has told me that you will be overseeing network maintenance over the next few weeks while I will be gone, and I apologize in advance for the extra workload. I believe I will be back in Reddington by the middle of February, but even that is not a certainty. Either way, I do not anticipate there will be any major issues while I'm gone, as the difficulties we were having last month with the terminal connection seem to be resolved. If there is an emergency and you find yourself having to enter the central server site, I have set you up with a temporary admin key to allow you access to the network administrator controls. Admin key. First 4 letters of your last name, followed by first initial. Okay. The first and 5th character should be capitalized. If you have any questions, please let me know in advance before my departure. Okay, let's write this down. R-U-O-T. So the R is capitalized. U-O-T. And then his first name, first initial, capitalized. Okay. Could it be that this is talking to Hartley? I think this could be talking to Hartley. So we're going to say H. And then we have this. There are 12 major keys. I think that's a lie. There is the car keys, the silver key, the basement key, the secret garden key, the security deposit key or safe deposit key, the vault key. Is that a different one than the safe? I think it is a different one. The vault key, the basement key. Did I already say that? I might have already said that. I don't think there's 5 or 6 more. So I think this is a lie, which means that the thing in the darkroom photograph was also red. But also, there's hooks here. There's 5 hooks for 5 major keys, is my thought, right? Or is that the hooks I took the keys, the normal keys from when I came into this room? I think that's the case. Either way, we finally got to this room after a long time. I can't believe we've never drafted this before. Let's look at it. Servants' quarters. A cold, empty room devoid of ornamentation and personal effects. The suspiciously humble bedroom belonged to the Baron's personal valet, Hartley Ruota. Yes, okay. Ruot H, who had unchallenged access to even the most clandestine areas of the estate. Okay. Let us go back to the passageway and use our immense wealth and our few remaining steps to try and get the master's quarters. Okay, let's do this. Did we already draft shelter? Yeah, we did. So we should be fine. We get a gem. We get just a gem, I think. And interestingly, I do believe this is the place with the photograph that I was just talking about. If I can find it. I don't have the magnifying glass, so I won't be able to read it, but, Yeah, here. So this is the one that says green memos in Hartley's room are always false. Or was it? Yeah, I think it's false is what it says. Which is interesting because it appears to be red, but the whole thing is tinted red. So it could be blue too. You don't know what color that memo is. Or it could just be uncolored in general. Let's go under the assumption that it's the ones in his room are always false. Why did I stutter like that? Okay. We want a purple room. Of which there should only be a couple options, and one of them is the one we want. Before we enter this, let's get some more rooms in my house. Because we'll get more steps back. Laboratory, sure. Is there a way to get more steps from one of these experiments? Also, I don't really know why I did that. I'm realizing that it still costs steps to get to any new room, so it's kind of pointless for me to... I really just wasted steps is what I did. But maybe we could get some more steps from this. Okay, whenever you spend 2 or more gems drafting room... I'm just going to do this. Honestly, no need to gamble. Let's just do this. 1 more gold each day? Sure. Let's do archives. We won't be affected by it, I don't think. And then let's draft 2 or 3 more rooms if possible. We'll draft the boiler room. We'll see if we can find any gems lying around. I can't believe we used all of them. Great Hall. Let's unlock. There's the upgrade disc. So let's go to the other side. And also make sure we draw down upgrade disc. So this one should have the lever. For the basement key. And it does. Okay. We haven't ever unlocked any of the others, I don't think. But before we do that, let's hurry ourselves back to the master bedroom. We'll get more steps back from this. Quite a few more steps. Okay. Okay, it's one of these. What could this color be? Oh, we just need to get the white to all 4 corners, I think. Have I soft locked it? Okay, so basically if you click on one of the white ones, it just toggles everything around it. So I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that. And I want to do... not this one. I want to do this one. Then that one. Then that one. And that one. And that one. Let's do this. Yep. You've been rewarded an allowance token. Your allowance has permanently been raised by 2. Perfect. I've more than doubled my allowance today. That's great. Mora Jai box. Fun for the family. Mora Jai boxes were a popular fad in the early 30s among the both the peerage and common crowds. These small mechanical puzzle baskets originated on the island Morjai as a children's game, but quickly gained popularity among seafarers who valued the compact boxes as both lockbox and entertainment on long voyages. Over time, the boxes spread from port to port and eventually found their way into the homes and hearts of every realm. It's distinguished by 3x3 grid of white and gray tiles. Each white tile can be pressed like a button, which will change the color of that tile and surrounding squares. The goal of each box is to find a way to make all 4 corner tiles into white squares. These simple rules evolved as the game spread across the world. Regional variations introduced new colors and mechanics, often offering greater challenges and local flavor. Okay, yeah, that's, we kind of already figured that out, but thank you for the information. Here's the Red Prince again. To my encouraging uncle who opened many doors for me, ever grateful, Mary. Oh, I wish I had this magnifying glass. Okay, I'm trying to read what it says, so I'm coming up really close. Something about something predicted. Everything. Okay, I just need to find a magnifying glass. Okay, how did this end again? I said the ending was too political. Basically, it's just trying to be like, you are living in this world. Don't act like you're not a part of it. Oh, that's my dad. It's basically like a call to action for the reader to bring about political change, I think, is the whole idea. Okay, we have information here, lots of it. Simon, I never intended to finish writing this letter, but by now you must know that... Well, you didn't, but I think that might be how... Oh, I get it. Is there anything in these drawers? Okay, let's read these. Herb. The controls for the foundation elevator are located behind the foundation wall. This means the controls can only be accessed by another room adjacent to the foundation. Unclear if this is a security feature or a flaw, please advise. Can I read any of the other ones? Okay, I already knew this, so this didn't really provide me new information. But it did provide me a new allowance, which is great. I will take it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and draft the chapel real quick, and then I think her ladyship's chamber is not going to happen, I don't think. But we can try. We can go this way from the foundation. Either way, I certainly will be going back to the precipice with my steps. Let's do pantry. Let's do redraw. Okay, let's do observatory. 16 stars. What's that? Nothing. It is a diamond and a 4-prong pathway more common. Let's do this and leave it at that. I'll take it. Okay, we have one chance to draft the one we want to draft. Here. Her ladyship's chamber. I would draft chapel, but I really want her ladyship's chamber, so let's redraw. Okay, let's do a... Cool, maybe we can get a sauna, and then we can go in there, because we've never been in there before. Anything important in here? Yeah, there is, a key. Okay, we didn't get her ladyship's chamber, but that's fine. Maybe we can get chapel. Yep, there's chapel. And we have the garage, so we can head up that way. We have a long way to head back. Let's be cognizant of that here. We're just going to go in this room, and then we'll draft. 2 more rooms. Let's see what happens. We also could try to get to the antechamber. We did open that lock. Okay, I'll do the locker room. You got me. I'm still curious about what's in some of these lockers. Today we are going to open the 2 that are right here. Coins. Let's write it down. Don't know if these are the same every time, but we're going to write it. And fruit. Okay, will this be locked? No? Let's do guest bedroom. Oh, magnifying glass, perfect. You can go back and read what it said in the cover of that book. We also do not have a key to go this way, right? Yep. A freezer would also be pretty good, because I'm not really thinking I'm getting to the antechamber in this round. I kind of want to go back to the Precipice and see if I can... I'm certain her ladyship's chamber is the queen's spot, if my theory is correct on how the puzzle works. Also, Great Hall could be interesting to explore further. Let's just go this way for now and read what's on the cover of this. P.S. They made me change the ending of course as you predicted. Oh, okay, so it used to be more political. Of course, as you predicted. Let's get up to the antechamber. Let's do it. Not every day you get a chance like this. Maybe this can be locked, though. Yeah, okay, never mind. Chance is over. There is a commissary. Oh, there's a key right here. Wasting a couple steps, but that's fine. I'm still not going to be able to get all the way through. It's going to be more locked doors, but might as well. Vault. Yes. Let's take it all. Will it be gone next time, though, is the question. If we get another key, we could go back to the chapel. And maybe there's a freezer up there, and we would have 60 coins. Tuesday, December 22nd. Is that actually the date? I don't think it is. I'm going to write that down. I can't read any of those pieces of paper. There's a rook. There's a rook just sitting there. That's a... Ho, 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 ho. You know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking. Safety deposit box key. Yeah, it can be used in here. 100%. It has like the little number on it. I think it was 333. Or 233 or something like that. Yeah, it's like one of those. 1000%. Okay, let's leave. I know I ended my run by drafting that, but a man's curious, okay? And I didn't find anything interesting in it, which is a bit unfortunate, but a man's curious. We could go down to the commissary. I don't think we have enough steps to do everything we want to do today. So we have to think. What is most valuable to us? If we're going to lose all this money, we might as well buy these, right? Might as well. That's my thought. We can go to the parlor and crack open that box, and maybe there's a key in there. There was one in here, right? Not the parlor, the den. Lockpicking set. Handy. I don't think it's going to matter, because I think we are far too far gone in terms of steps, but we could potentially find a food source down here if we're lucky. Either way, I'm more interested in testing my theory, even though I know I won't be able to successfully finish it, even if my theory is correct. I'm certain, if my theory is correct, her ladyship's chamber is the queen spot. Okay, let's go. Okay, this is the moment of truth. Oh wait, I made a mistake. I need to go back. Okay, let's look at this. Pawn is on the dining room right now. Knight is on security. I'm writing this all down. That's why I'm just kind of pausing here. Rook. We're going to try Nook, and we're going to try Vault. Okay? So, Nook is 3 up here, and Vault is in bottom right of the antechamber. Okay. Okay, Rook goes with the Nook. What about here? Okay, that is beautiful that both of my theories were confirmed. You have options. So we're going to write Vault, and we're also going to write Nook. Okay, now Bishop. Bishop goes to Chapel, which is there. 3 down from the top. Let's put it on. Yeah. Okay. Now let us look for the king. The king is 3 up from the top right, so it's adjacent to the rook. Okay, no. King does not go there, guys. Which maybe means the king goes in the office. We'll try some options. Okay, king in office is an option. I don't think the queen is going to go anywhere on here. We're just going to move him around, though. See what happens. What the Great Hall. We're just going to look at all the new ones. I don't know if we drafted all the way over here. Okay, Master's Chamber has got to be where the king goes, though, right? Master Bedroom? Like, that was my thought. If I were to choose any spot in the game, that's where I would think the most the king would belong. Queen, I'm still pretty confident goes in her ladyship's chamber. Which we do not have, of course. Oh well, I say. Now let's go back. We won't have enough steps, I don't think. But does it hurt to try? We will have 1 step back to the entrance hall. 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, no, we can go dining room. Oh, that's huge. Dining room is huge. Okay, let's do it. Let's go dining room. I think it's just up straight and then right, yeah. What is it today? Yeah, let's have dinner. Okay, we have got some more steps now. We also have a lot of... Oh, upgrade disc. I'm glad I checked that right then. I always almost forget about upgrade discs. Let's do it. Give me a storeroom upgrade, honestly. Nook, you know what? I'll take a Nook upgrade. What are the options? Breakfast Nook, that's the morning room to the pool. Ooh, reading Nook. This gives us bookstore options, bookstore metas. Or, of course, we could just go with the 2 keys. What does the morning room do again? Is there a way that I can, like, look at that while I'm in here? No, I have to have remembered it. Okay, morning room, morning room, morning room. I'm trying to rack my brain for what it did. I'm pretty sure it was a green room. I remember it actually being, oh, I think it's like the next day you start with more steps. I think that's what it is. Okay, I'm not particularly interested in Breakfast Nook. Reading Nook is interesting, but honestly, I think just the normal Nook is always going, or like the Nook with more keys is going to be superior every time. 100 times, 1,000 times out of 1,000. One more key is often the difference between a successful run and a failed run. Okay, let us go back the way we came. Back through the main entrance. Do we have enough steps? We will find out. Up this way. I really want a freezer. So we're going to save all of our coins that we haven't already splurged on. We're going to go left. Yes, we're going to go left. We are going to go through the pantry, through the observatory, through the hallway, West Wing Hall. We're going to go through the chapel, and we are going to attempt to pick the lock on this door. Nope. Can we try locker room door locks? Picking. No, we cannot try to pick locker room doors. Great Hall is an option. Not for, maybe we could get a key in one of the doors. That's actually kind of a big play. And I should have thought about it before I came over here. Because I think I'm going to use all my steps now. I hate running around this foundation room. It's a pain in the ass to navigate. Okay, there might be food in one of these, though, too. Oh, there's been a key there. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Okay, that leads to the foundation room back place. Okay, we can't pick that one. We're going to try to pick as many as we can. Nothing. So let's remember this. If this one is the... not the lever. This back one is the lever. Then the one to the left of it is nothing. I'm writing this down in my notes here. I have a page where I have like all the locker room lockers and all the grand hall stuff. Okay, so this is incorrect. I wrote down incorrect information previously off of nothing but conjecture. So nothing here. We have unknown there, but it's probably something. We have the top right door is the one that leads to the next room. This is going to lead to the next room here. Yeah, we know by process of elimination that this is the one that leads right, or whatever direction you're looking from. Yeah, because this is the lever one, so we've said that that is the bottom right. So this one does go left. There's always going to be an upgrade disc in there. Yeah, I can't unlock this door. This is the only one We are not certain what it is this door. Okay, that's fine. Let us go back now. And maybe we have enough steps remaining to get a freezer, which would actually be pretty great. That's exactly what I need to pull, is a freezer. Or try to lockpick it. Oh, wait, no, yeah, that's right. We tried it and it didn't work. Oh, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Let's go in. This is precisely what I needed to get. Okay, want to know my theory for this room? I think if we route power from the boiler room to the furnace, we can turn up the furnace, which will thaw out the freezer. And then we'll have access to the 2 gems here. We'll have access to the key here. We'll have access to the key, the silver or prism key there, whatever it is, which is another master key, I guess I forgot to count up. We'll have access to the letter, or major key, I mean. I just don't know still how we light up these torches. And I'm also still curious about what is the king's room. Is it room 46? I don't know. But that is something to figure out next time. Because I have been going for a long time on this episode. So I'm going to call it a day. I've made progress. I've figured out the solution to the chessboard puzzle in the precipice. Well, first and foremost, I discovered the precipice, right? That happened today in this run. And this is a pretty impressive run. In fact, it actually says right here, impressive manner. So it agrees with me, I guess. No, but I found the vault for the first time. I found the master bedroom for the first time. I found the servants' quarters for the first time. I found I did the utility closet, which unlocked the gemstone cave. I went in the gemstone cave, and I turned on the gas line, which allowed me to unlock the precipice. I went to the precipice. I figured out the puzzle on the precipice. This is a productive day. That's all I'll say. And so, hopefully next episode is as productive. But this certainly crosses off some things from my list of what I wanted to accomplish. My only slight regret is that I didn't make it up to the antechamber today, but I'm happy with choosing the vault and storing away coins for tomorrow. Because I believe this next run is going to have to be a library run. So I think what I'm going to plan on doing next time is I'm going to plan on drafting a library and making sure before I draft the room that comes out of it that I have as many dice as possible, as, you know, and have enough gems, etc., etc. I don't want to get in a situation where I have a library and I can't do anything with it. That would be worst case scenario. But that's a thing for next time me to figure out. So until then, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.